Competition. It's not just about football games or horse races. No, it's about grades, jobs, money, and so much more. No wonder competition affects your brain, stressing you out and causing you to forget seemingly everything you know. But can competition be beneficial to you? Today, I'll find out. Let's start by looking at how competition affects your brain. It tends to interrupt communication among the various parts of your brain, but it increases activity in your prefrontal cortex, and it gives you a rush of anaerobic energy. Now, these biological effects mean a couple of not so great things. Of course, in a competition, you'll feel nervous. You'll also experience some memory troubles. This makes competition really bad for tests and performances from memory. For example, even if you were lucky enough to remember how to spell necessary in a normal class period, you might draw a complete blank on it in a spelling bee. But do these biological effects always mean bad things in competition? No, in fact, the rush of energy you get from competition can mean good things if you're an athlete, for it can increase your physical speed and strength. So will you always run faster in a race, but blunder in a spelling bee? And of course the answer is, it depends. It depends on you. Yes, on you. So what can I do, you ask? Do I get to enjoy these effects, or do I have to suffer from them? Well, first things first. Before the competition even starts, give yourself an attitude check. Are you taking the competition seriously? Do you view it as a means to develop yourself? If yes, then studies show that you'll be more anxious at first than others, but in the long run, you will experience more of the positive effects of competition. Another key to obtaining these positive effects is a sense of control over the competition. But you have no idea how tough your fellow competitors will be. So how can you control something you can't control? Well, you can always control yourself. Of course, you must be very skilled at your task. That's critical to feeling in control. Being as relaxed as possible in the competition is nearly, if not exactly, as important. If you can feel in control like this, you'll be less terrified. You'll cope more effectively with what stress you do have, and you'll respond to competition as less of a threat than, of course, your less calm or less prepared fellow competitors will. They'll be more anxious. What's worse, they won't cope with it very well. Worse still, competition will feel like a threat to them. So don't be like them. Get in control as much as possible. This last tip shouldn't surprise you, but the reasons behind it might. Practice, practice, practice for the competition, because studies have shown that competition actually makes familiar and easy tasks even easier and improves your performance at them. But if the task is difficult or new, competition will only hinder your performance. So if you just benched 150 pounds or played your piano piece for the first time yesterday, it'll be pretty much impossible in a competition today. So practice your stuff, and the competition will help you. All right, you've embraced competition, you've gotten in control, and you've practiced. Congratulations, you win. So now what? Well, your sense of achievement will be at its highest. Your self-esteem and confidence will skyrocket, and your future performances at your task will be fantastic because you'll be even more motivated and you'll enjoy your task more than ever before. Plus, if you learn that you're winning before the competition is even over, like being first place partway through a race, your focus will increase for the rest of the competition, allowing you to do things like endure increasing pain while running a race. It's like your brain is making sure you keep winning. Sadly, however, we all lose sometimes. So what happens then? Well, the opposite of the winners. Your failure will feel crushing. You'll lose motivation and enjoyment for your task, and you'll have trouble improving your skills. Rarely, your feeling of competence at your task could even be damaged. Ouch. But don't panic. That probably won't happen to you if you don't come in very, very last place. The further you rank from the bottom, the less severe your loss will feel. That is, until you near the top, where competition statistically gets tougher. Yes, second place winners experience intense losing effects because they focus on how close they were to the top, not how far they were from the bottom. So if you can't win first, you may be happiest in the middle. But I'd really like you to win. So I'll leave you with a few psychological takeaways, a few brain hacks for the next time you compete. Before you compete, think carefully about how you will grow from the experience. Practice, practice, practice your skill until it's easy and familiar. You'll be more in control and less under stress. Then you can put your best foot forward and win. Congratulations! You have a motivation, a competence, and a love for your skill that only winners can ever truly attain. Now that deserves a real prize, a nice release of dopamine in your brain, the happy hormone that'll inspire you to do it all again.